Good evening, everyone. Y'all, I know I look tired. This has been a non-stop busy day today. It all started at 8:30 this morning. Didn't get to sleep until 4 a.m. Well, it was after 4 because that's the last time I looked at the clock, and I still laid there and I was watching Fixer Upper on Discovery Plus because I couldn't sleep. Anyway, doorbell rang at 8:30 this morning. I'm like, who in the heck is this ringing my doorbell? So I got up. It was from next door. The people came to trim her trees, and they needed me to move my car up further in the driveway so that limbs wouldn't fall on my car. So I got that done. Then my friend called to let me know that he had caught a whole bunch of slab crappie. And he said, come on by and get some. He's like, I'm getting ready to go out back to clean it. That was about 9 o'clock. So I had to get in the car and go over there to get the crappie. So then he gave me all these crappie. So of course I had to get them cleaned and prepped and all that stuff for the freezer. So I did that right away. Then the Grow Club lady came at 3 o'clock. We got my shade cloth up in the greenhouse. I evicted all my plants out to the greenhouse, all my little transplant plants that has to be transplanted this weekend. And then we got all the soil out of my car that was in there. So that's done. Then I needed to go get groceries today, and I go to Meijer's, my favorite store, and guess what's right across from Meijer's? Joann's. So I was like, well, since I'm here, I may as well go in and see if something new has come in. First of all, I didn't see any lights, so I think everybody caught on to that. So I didn't see any. I'm not going to say that because they move stuff daily. They'll move things from one area to another. Like, for instance, those butt pillows was way in the back, and they ended up front now, and they're selling like hotcakes. So, and I saw there was more stock there. I saw more items there. A lot of home items they brought in again, that not even associated with Joann's. So the liquidators, they're loading up Auburn Hills, but I'm happy. So I was telling, I forgot who it was. We were talking last night, and she was telling me that she likes that DIY glow yarn. Well, after I videotaped it on yesterday, I was like, let me watch some videos on that and see what this yarn is all about. Very popular. Oh man, every review that I saw, including the She-Devil, she even did it. It's a seasonal yarn that they had always sold right around October. And what people use it for, it does glow in the dark. People don't usually make items with all the yarn. What they'll do is they'll make something a different color, and then they'll put a strip or a few rows, or they may alternate rows with the glow in the dark yarn. I saw shawls, I saw hats, I saw a sweater. So people are very creative with it. And then what activates the yarn is if it's out in the sun or a LED light. A regular light won't work for it, but if you put it under LED light, then the yarn will glow in the dark. So the person, and I forgot your name, and I called myself remembering it. You know who you are. We were talking last night on the Joann Hall thread, and we were talking about the glow yarn. You were saying that you really like it, and that you had made your friend's daughter a Halloween vest or something like that so that she could be seen when she went trick-or-treating. Anyway, so I was telling her that after I watched those reviews yesterday, right after I did that video, and I didn't come back on yesterday, I was like, because it's too much. And here I am again, okay? I know y'all tired of looking at my homemade face. But anyway, after I saw the reviews, and they were saying that it's seasonal, and everybody was saying, oh, it's hard to find, because once it comes out, they were saying it sells out immediately. And I said, okay, now I know why it was a little more expensive. And then, they did tutorials and demonstrations with it, showed how it glows, and it's a beautiful yarn, okay? And it glows like a fluorescent green type color. So I was like, I'm convinced. If somebody discovered this yarn, and it was way at the back, in the area where everything, well, y'all saw where it was. It was in an area where no one's going except me, okay, Miss Nosy. So anyway, so I saw it and I was like, somebody's going to go back there and see it and they're going to buy this yarn. I jumped in that car. It was about 7 o'clock and I zoomed to the store and I went and I bought 8 of these. So here they are. This was yesterday, so I bought 8. So then I thought about it again today. I was like, well, since I'm there, since I'm here, I may as well go in. And so when I looked at my budget and stuff, I was like, I still have enough of my budget left. I was like, I'll spare, $10 more, and then that will allow me to get 3 more, so that's what I did. So I have a total of 11. So actually, if I wanted to make a shawl out of this, but I'm not, I'm going to use it for what everyone else has always used it for, and that's just to add rows to a project that you're already doing so that it will glow and you can be seen at night, that type of thing. So I said I may add a few rows of this to that orange yarn, the safety shawl. So this will be part of the safety shawl. Perhaps I will line the safety shawl with this, do my border with it. So, and it would only take not even a full ball. So now that I have 11 of these, and yes, they were half off and they were cheap. So I got them because the regular price was $7, right? So, yep. So I did really, really well with this. So I went on and got them. And I didn't get them all. There's still quite a bit there. When I looked today, I got those 3 and I didn't even count them, but it was still more than this left. So somebody is going to get them, but I knew they weren't going to make it until the 23rd when I planned to go back. So what really overjoyed me, yes, I made a purchase. Remember when I saw that Caron Simply Soft Party Sparkle Yarn in white the other day, and I was debating whether or not I should get it, and I was like, nah. And then I thought about the Light. I was like, well, now, my I don't have to worry about not being able to see darker yarn because I can use that new Light. Look what they stocked up today, y'all. Bang! The Caron Simply Soft Sparkly Black. So remember I said I'm making a funeral shawl. So here it is. The black is in the black. And I have the light. So I'll be able to work that shawl up with that magnifying light. And it'll be my funeral shawl. Now I won't be able to use it for my cousin. Her funeral is Saturday. As a matter of fact, so I guess if I were to start this tonight, I could. But nope. Don't want to do it because I want to take my time with the funeral shawl. And guess what? Once again, the glow yarn. So it'll be black and white, or this is actually called ecru. It's not, it looks white to me because up against this white, it looks white. So it'll just be like a black and white shawl, but still it'll have the black in it. It'll have the sparkles. And one of the, in fact, pull up Lion Brand DIY Glow. Pull this up and look at the reviews. There was one where someone made a shawl with the sparkles, and then she did like a row of, however many rows of sparkles, and then she would do a row of the glow, and it looked really nice after she put it under the light because the glow set off the sparkles. So I'm gonna use this for the sparkle shawl. So, or you know what, I might just go straight with the black just because it's a funeral shawl, and then I might get that sparkle because the same person that I was talking to about this told me that Walmart Mainstays has a sparkly brand for like only $3 or something like that, and she said they had a variety of colors. So I may go with another color to put with this for the sparkle, for the glow in the dark. But I'm going to be holding on to this for a while. I'm not going to even be bothering with it. So I'm happy about that. Okay, before I get off of here, I finished the Bumblebee. I finished that quite early last night. So let me show it to you. Let me make sure my hands are clean because it's yellow. Okay, hands are clean. So here's how it turned out. And I'm not going to put it on because I've been busy all day and working in the garden and stuff. So I don't want to get it dirty and sweaty and all that. But this is it. It ended up coming out really nice. And I made it just like my Nora one. I did the crab stitch border after 2 rows. And it's a nice size. It's very, very drapey for it to be, well, it's Pima cotton, so that's your fiber, you know, a good fiber. And then you have, you know, the acrylic in it, but it really drapes well. So I really like how this turned out. I really do. So I'll get that back in a minute. Okay, so then I decided, let me start on my patriotic shawl for the 4th for my trip. So I got started with it. It's getting frogged because I did not like it being, you know, like this. So I said, I've got to break this up. So I pulled out a ball of red. That's what I bought at Joann a few weeks ago. And then I pulled out some white that I had in my cotton stash, and I had some blue. So what I'll do is I'll go red, white, blue, 2 red, 2 white, 2 blue. Then I'll run 10 rows of this, then 2 red, 2 white, 2 blue, and then 10 more rows of this. And so once I get to 54 rows, then I'll be done. Actually, I need to, let's see, 2, 4, 6. So I will need to do 6, then I'll do 4, that'll be 10. So I'll do 14 rows of this, and then 2 more rows of this, another 14. And so I'll be just about through at that point. So I'll get it counted off to where it's an even number of the alternation of the red, white, blue. Or I could go 2 red. I could do 2 red, 8 of these, 2 white, 8 more, 2 blue, 8 more. So that's 30 rows right there if I do it that way. And then repeat that. And then end it with this, and then I'll have my, actually it'll go beyond 54 rows, just like that shawl went beyond 54 too, because I needed to use up all the yarn. But I can go 60 rows with this. It's not going to make much of a difference. And so it'll end, actually I'll start it with this, and then, so I don't need to frog it. Then I'll run 2 red, then I'll go back to this, 2 white, go back to this, 2 blue, and then, you know, do it again. And so that way it'll end with the variegated, and I think it'll look good. But I like how it feels and drapes, and it's cotton, so it's going to be a little bit heavier. But cotton is cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So, okay, so that's it. That's all I needed to tell you today. Yeah, I went back to the liquidation store, but didn't spend much. All I got was the yarn. That was, you know, when I went back yesterday, and then when I went today, I just grabbed 3 more of the DIY glows, and then I grabbed, when I saw that sparkly yarn, and it was like it wasn't where the white sparkly was, but it was, when I was on my way to the back, I saw where new yarn had come in, because they brought in this yarn called True Boo or True Bow, and I hadn't seen that. And the True Bow yarn, where it was sitting at, it's a yarn it's actually it's 100% acrylic infused with bamboo, just like that Kobu, but this was True Boo, so it didn't have the cotton or anything else, and it was the same brand, you know, who made that. And so when I saw that, then that's when I saw the Caron Sparkly, and I knew, okay, they've brought out some more yarn stock. And in fact, the yarn is full again. So I have no idea how much they have, but I know it's a lot, you know, so yep. So it's selling, but then no sooner than they sell it, they restock. And then other items, you know, I saw some other items, like I said, home good items there that I hadn't seen. And so, you know, just glancing through, I went up, I was in there all of 5 minutes. I went up, paid for my items, and got the heck out of there. And I will not see that place again until the 23rd of May. I will go back at that time. So that's it. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here. We're at 14 minutes, so at least it's a little shorter today. So now you know what I've been up to. It's starting to get dark now. So I know I'm going to bed early tonight because it has been all day ripping and running. So I'm going to go in here and cook. Like I said, my friend brought, he called me to get some crappie. And so before I get it to the freezer, I'm going to cook one tonight. That's all I need. Those crappie were so big. All I need to eat is one. That's it. And then I'm going to make a salad to go with it. And, well, that'll count as the veggie. Oh, you know what? I have some fruit. I have some strawberries, so I'll probably put some fruit with it for dessert, and that'll be it. And hopefully I can stay up long enough for it to digest because I'll probably be in bed by 10. So it's just now 8 o'clock. So, alrighty. So I'm going to get in here and get started so I can eat by 8:30, let things digest, and then get in bed. And I will rest well tonight. Okay, you guys. So thank you for watching. I'll probably be back on the weekend because I want to do a light. You know, I want to remember when I did the unboxing of the steamer. I want to do an unboxing of the light. And when I told my sister about that, I was like, I don't know if they still have them because that was before I went today. And so she was like, oh, let me zip there. She's like, I have an light. She was like, but I don't have one with the magnifier. So she said she was going to go look. So hopefully they've moved them. You know, because I didn't see them in the spot where I was yesterday. They may have moved them or they may have sold out. But see, I'm the one who told her, get thee to the location. And she goofing around. She went to a class today. She went to a class yesterday. She goofing around on Monday. I was like, okay, alrighty, you're going to miss out. So, you know, it probably doesn't even faze her, whatever. So, but she better not ask for none of my stuff or want to use it. Nope, it's not happening. Because she has the Cricut machine. I told her they have that Cricut paper for a little or nothing. I was like, you can stock up on that. I was like, it's so much you can get because she does so many different crafts that I don't do. She sews. You know, I said they have a lot of that stuff, patterns and stuff still available. I said, you can really clean up. I said, but you apparently, you know, maybe it doesn't mean that much to you. And some people it don't, you know. She shopped at Joann, but then she shops at Hobby Lobby and Michael's too. So Joann, the closure didn't really faze her the way that it fazed me. But, you know, she do want to, I was like, you should want to get in on the deals at least while you can. And why am I rambling and talking like this? And let me stop. Okay, I'm getting silly now because I'm tired. So let me get off of here. And I will talk to you guys this weekend, probably Sunday. And may God bless you all. And you know what? Respond. Let me know. What are you guys picking up at the liquidation stores in your area and whatnot? Let me know. And then at the end, once Joann is done in history, and we're all, well, yeah, we're going to be sad. But when that happens, then I'm going to do a video and I'm going to pull out everything that I purchased after the closure was announced. Just to take an inventory of what my final haul was. I know I did well. And like I said, I spent more than what I would have liked to have spent, but I still did well, you know, regardless. So I'm going to get everything together and then I'm going to do a final haul video. So look forward to that. But that will be after Joann's close. So that'll probably be sometime this summer. Maybe I'll do it on my birthday as a birthday video or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so let me get off of here. So I will talk to you guys later and may God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-bye.